I'm Patrick Reekie, Parkview's Dignity and Spiritual Care Director, and I am one in 14,000. My journey before I came to Parkview was pretty much all in churches. I worked as a youth pastor for many years in a couple different churches, and then started a church from scratch where I was the preaching minister here in Fort Wayne. And so I joined Parkview in 2013, about a year after PRMC was open, and started as a PRN, or an on-call chaplain for Parkview Randalia. So that role primarily was sometimes filling shifts at the hospitals, but mostly responding whenever a patient died at Parkview Randalia. So 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That very first time that I showed up in the emergency department at Parkview Randalia, knowing that patient had just died and that I was there as a part of the team to support that person, that family, the rest of the co-workers with what was going on. It just felt like such a privilege to be a part of that. And so I always appreciated going deeper, having those difficult conversations when people are facing difficult times in their lives. So a typical day for a chaplain is almost always going to include some sort of a response to a death. That death might look like a miscarriage for a mom at 6 weeks along in our emergency departments. It might look like a 17-year-old who was tragically killed in a car accident. Then they help with all sorts of myriad of things, from a patient who just wants prayer before they go into surgery to an unidentified patient who comes in as a DOE patient. Our chaplains will help make the connection, talk with family, and help identify that patient. We help to tell the patient's story just like a doctor or a nurse. So going into that electronic medical record, making accurate documentation in a way that's really going to serve the patient in the long run. I think those are the two big surprises for people. They expect that you're going to be a calming presence, you're going to pray for people, you're going to bring a Bible up or a Quran up to some patient who's requesting a religious resource, but they don't necessarily expect the pace, the involvement with the team, and the documentation. So I think now for me, it's watching, especially new chaplains, own the role and say, I have a voice here. I have an opportunity to help this family, to help this patient, to help my co-workers during this time, and to play their part in that team is the most rewarding for me.